This is the tea bag folded card I'm going to show you how to make. And once you've seen this, you can make it in whatever size you want to. These are the papers that you need to print off for this tea bag folding card that we're going to make. I've got the main one here, that's the main picture there, the main design. And then we've got the medium large there. You need to print out four of those, but you can do the 9 to a page if you want, so you can print just one page. And then we're also using this one as a background insert. Now I'm going to show you how my quick way, my tip is to cut a lot of squares out at the same time. You could cut them out individually if you wanted to, but if you print them at the same time, well then all I do then is just take a little bit of glue and layer by layer just tack them together with a little smidgen. Good grief, Alan, where did you come from? The Shakespeare times. And you just put that there. Oh verily. And the next one there, just hold it with your other hand that you're not moving the glue with, just to keep the papers directly on top of each other. So you're going to do 4 of those, so you're going to get 8 designs, and then all you have to do is repeat on the opposite side. I've done 3 there, but you need to do 4 sheets. There you go. Correction, there was 4 and this was on the bottom, so I'm going to put that on the top now and stick down. As I say, this is just my tip, cutting out a lot out at the same time, like that. So they're all stuck together. Just leave them for a minute or 2 so they're all secure. And then using a metal ruler, and I like to use a strong scalpel because you've got 4 layers of paper here, just helps you cut through it better. So what you got to do, I've gone in between there, I'm leaving a border all around the edge, which makes it easy when you put them together. If there's a slight difference, it doesn't really show because you've got a nice border on it. So all you're going to do is cut all of those out, because you've got the glue there keeping them secure. They're not going to slip around. You're going to have edges looking like a dog's hind leg. Technical term, obviously. Anyway, carry on cooking, what am I like? Cutting all of those out. So eventually you end up with 8 squares like this one. And then we can do the basic tea bag fold. So I call this tea bag fold method 1. So what we're going to do is fold it over and then flip it. So what you want to do is when you do the fold, you're making a rectangle here. Just hold it in position and kind of pinch it in the middle, then take my finger either side, and that gives it a nice clean sweep, a nice crease. But to make it even better, take a boning tool and press that together well. And then we're turning this over, and again just pinch it in the middle, press it down, and then give a good firm crease. Then you open it up like that, and then you're going to turn it over, so then you're folding from corner to corner now. Keep it as accurate. You want nice points on the end here as best you can, you know, but it is forgiving because you've got the white edges if you don't quite get them look so geometrically right. So press that down, press that down, press that down, and then you end up with that. So when you open that up, it will automatically go into a triangle. And what you want to do as well, make sure you do them all the same way, so when you put them together, all the different designs. Like that one may not look it, but it'd be slightly different than that one. So now I'm going to press that down before I fold over, just to make sure that's all creased nicely, like that. And you'll see the fold in the middle there. When you just fold this over, and you're like creating a kite look, I suppose. That just folds. When you fold it, make sure you give it a nice press down with the boning tool. Then do the opposite side, like that. The best you do this, the better it's going to look. And you just fold that over. And that is your basic fold there. And you can use that in lots and lots of different ways. If you keep looking at the demonstration videos, you'll see lots of ideas that we can do with that. Now you can see I've done all 8 of those squares and made all of these. And once you've got a lot of these, you can do loads of different things with them. You could use these on corners of cards. You could have one going that way, one going that way, one going that way, and you can tuck your card in. Anyway, keep watching the demonstrations, Chucks, and I'll show you different ways as we go along. Right, now all you've got to do now, as I say, there's lots of ways of doing it, but this is what I call the basic number 1 way. That is going to tuck under there like that and then glue down. But you only need a little bit of glue, and that's just going to go in this section here. And I'll just take some of my trusty glue that allows me to have a bit of wiggle room. And a little glue there. And I'm going to stick that into there. And then just marry them up, make sure they're close together, nice and tight. Now you can wait a second if you want to, but I'm getting on with it. I've got a lot to do. Then just put another bit of glue there. This glue is really good because it really holds the project together. You don't really get much moving around. Well, you don't get any unless you move it. So you just keep on going round. You can see the start there of the wheel that we're going to do. Now I've got 7 of the designs there all stuck together. Now we're going to do the last one. Again, you just put a little bit of glue there where you would normally do and stick that one in and let it overlap where it's going to join up eventually. And then basically, hopefully you can see this behind here is going to lift up and slot into there like that. But before you get it in position, you need to glue it down. So as I say, I should have waited for that to stick really properly, but I'll move on anyway. So that's coming out there. That's going to be glued there. A little bit of glue. That slide back under. Line it all up and press it down. And once that's finished, it's a good idea to just put it to one side and let it just dry for a while. Next, we're going to make the inside of the card, and I printed one of these background papers off, kind of squarish one, and I've actually cut it to size here, just trimmed it around until it fits the card that you're using. So I'm going to open that up and pop that down in there, and I know it fits because I've checked it a couple of times. And in this case, I'm just going to put a nice piece of background paper in the back so it makes the card look a little bit more kind of arte, as it were. Arte forte. So there's the inside of the card, and I'll just do the front. So there's my 8-inch square card, and I've taken one of the main designs here and I've just trimmed it all the way around just so it fits over the top. And I'm going to put a little matte layer there just using matte blue paper. I've just stuck that in the corner like that, and all I've got to do is trim it. So I've taken the front there and I stuck it onto the blue, just trimmed around, left a nice border around there, and the blue matches the blue that's in the design. And now I'm just going to stick that on the front. And now I'm ready to stick my tea bag folded design over the top. And the good thing about it is these designs work pretty good both ways. So you can change it around if you want to. The back can become the front. You can stick two together. So many different things you can do with this one fold. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue, but I could use double-sided foam pads and that to give it a little more height. I'm just going to stick it straight on. A little bit of glue all the way around. Line this up. I personally like the points going from point to point as opposed to swinging it around there. Swinging it around there. I know I've just had man flu and I'm not well, but I'm still doing it. Stick that down, and then when it's dried a bit you can open these little flaps so it gives it an even more 3D look. And then when you put them in the card, obviously you can flatten them.